I consider myself something of a magpie. I get story ideas by my interests coalescing over time. So I'll hear something, or I'll read something, or someone will tell me a story, or I'll watch a movie that sparks one piece of a story. And then another part will come from somewhere else, and I'll sort of merge these things together. In the case of my new novel that I'm working on now, it's about the convict women who transformed Australia. And I had been in Australia as a Rotary Fellow. My family had been there separately. My family's English, Irish, Scottish, so the women who were put on convict ships and sent to sort of actually as breeders in Australia to populate Australia, basically by the British government, were from the lower classes, and they were swept off the streets. The government was not open about what they were doing, really. Nobody quite knew what was going on, but I read an academic book by a Harvard professor that I found quite intriguing about this whole process, and that set me off on this path. So I went to Australia, I went to Scotland, I went to England, I'm going back to Australia, and I've just sort of immersed myself in the research for that. I think if you look at all my novels, you can see that my interest is in exploring people's hidden lives, what lies beneath the surface of the facade, and how people deal with trauma in one way or another. In all of my books, my characters are faced with either trauma from their past or something that's happened recently that explodes for some reason. There's usually a catalyst that brings things up. And what is the legacy of trauma in people's lives? How do they handle change, loss, tragedy, displacement, loneliness, difficulty? And what does that have to do, I guess, or what does it say about what makes us human? That's what I'm interested in.